There is a hidden permanent residency program that literally nobody talks about. You've never heard about it on YouTube or on any blog, and it could be an amazing permanent residency for long term. This particular country is building new cities, investing billions of dollars into their infrastructure, and it could be one of the leading powers of the next 10 to 20 years, and that is Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia has the premium residency visa. The CEO of the premium residency visa actually reached out to us. We've been discussing with multiple lawyers in Saudi Arabia about this particular program. For $213,000 it is a donation to Saudi Arabia, to the kingdom. You become a permanent resident of Saudi Arabia. This allows you to own real estate in Saudi Arabia, to sponsor your family to come to Saudi Arabia anytime. Obviously, Saudi is one of the hardest countries to get a visa for most people around the world. It's easy to get a transit visa to stay a couple of days, but to actually stay long term, it's one of the hardest. This allows you to bring your whole family. And obviously, it's permanent, so it's for the rest of your life. A really quick note, when it comes to real estate investing in Saudi Arabia, it's going to have the same system as the UAE, the freehold system, where you essentially don't own the land, but you own the property. I see real estate in Saudi Arabia, if the 2030 plan goes as it's planned and people actually start putting into the country and investing into the country, real estate will boom in Saudi Arabia. It's like the UAE 10, 15 years ago when not that many people were investing. Now it's absolutely boomed with the pandemic, with different countries investing like Russia. The same thing will probably happen in Saudi Arabia. And it's also a country that these other markets from the East, Russia, China, India, that are being pushed away from the West, that are being pushed away from Europe and the United States, these people will have another country to invest in, which will be Saudi Arabia, not just the UAE and other countries in the Gulf. So I definitely see a lot of potential in real estate. If you have a large net worth and you're looking for a country to invest in with massive potential, but also a little bit of more risk, then Saudi Arabia could be a good option. This particular visa also allows you to pay 0% personal income tax in Saudi Arabia. There is a specific corporate tax that you need to pay if you start a business as a foreigner. There are ways of avoiding that, but the tax law isn't as straightforward as, for example, the UAE, but it's getting there. It's going in that direction. As I posted on Twitter yesterday, Saudi Arabia is planning to create free zones within the country where there is absolutely no tax. You can do whatever you want with your business. You can do whatever you want with your investments, with real estate. You will never pay any tax, as well as alcohol consumption. You can wear whatever you like. And now there is a misconception that women need to cover up, that you need to always have an abaya when you go out. You always need to be dressed in conservative clothing. And although you need to be respectful, this is not the case. Women don't always need to be covered up. It's only in religious places or immigration centers where you need to actually cover up. But in most places, you can go as you would in any other city by being respectful. So obviously not going in some bikini. If you're a woman, if your girlfriend is going in a bikini to one of the centers or a mall, then obviously there are going to be some problems. But as long as you use common sense in the way that you dress, it's completely fine. Why I see so much potential in this permanent residency is in the direction that Saudi Arabia is going. They're leaving oil behind. The world in general is leaving oil behind and going the direction of Vision 2030. They're creating the line, they're creating NEOM, which is a massive project. They're creating the oxagon, where they want to have massive trade routes with all other countries around the world. And it's going to be a country that people will continue to invest in the future, in the next 10, 20 years, if all these projects actually become a reality. I would compare it to getting permanent residency in the UAE 20 years ago, when not that many people knew about it, not that many people were actually moving to the UAE. If you got permanent residency at that time, now you would still have it when the UAE is this massive hub where millions of people are moving to. Just like UAE, Saudi Arabia also has an amazing geographical position in the center of the world, and they want to expand their airline. They want to expand air routes with pretty much any other country around the world, just like the UAE has done with Emirates. And Saudi Arabia also has a large expat population, just like the UAE. They're pretty much modeling what the UAE is doing. They want to go in the direction that the UAE is going, creating free zones, removing taxes, allowing foreigners to buy property, allowing foreigners to get permanent residency. And this will obviously go up in the future. These prices of $213,000, they will probably either be completely removed or they will go up to $400,000 or $1 million once the program gets popular enough. In order to apply for this permanent residency, it's very straightforward. You need to be at least 21 years old. You need to have economic solvency. Obviously, you're giving this donation to the country, and you need to have a clean criminal record, and you could have that permanent residency in Saudi Arabia. This program isn't for most people, but if you have a long-term vision and you see what Saudi Arabia is doing with their projects. I'm actually visiting over the next couple of months, checking out different cities, going to the capital in Riyadh, talking to different lawyers, showing you around the country so you see the potential of the country. If you have that long-term vision and you see this becoming the next UAE with their new laws and their new free zones, then obviously it makes a lot of sense to get that PR as soon as possible. Now, one thing that I've heard people say is that with the projects that Saudi Arabia is trying to build, like the line, it looks very similar to the 15-minute city concept, or everything is around you at a 15-minute ride or a 15-minute walk. And this could create massive control from the government, just like we've seen in the United Kingdom. With these 15-minute cities, the government essentially wants to control you in that 15-minute radius so they can do whatever they want with you. And that's obviously a concern. I'm also exploring that. I'm analyzing it from a balanced point of view. I don't just want to promote Saudi Arabia and say it's an amazing country, but I also don't want to bash it because I see that potential in the long-term growth in this vast, huge country with a massive population. If you want to learn about other programs for residency and citizenship around the world that you can take advantage of in the next 5 to 10 years for maximum asset protection, freedom, and travel, check out this video right here on the best citizenships and residencies in a new world order. We're entering a new world order in the next couple of years and you should be protected. Watch it right now.